What makes this film from 20 years ago still hailed as a classic even today, even making countless netizens give it a sky-high score of 7.9? Thanks to Spielberg's wild imagination, plus Tom Cruise's killer acting skills, this film's charm hasn't faded one bit. In the future, the year 2099, America's crime rate is literally zero, because scientists created a system called precogs. It can sense a person's intention to commit a crime ahead of time. By connecting to all sorts of devices, once they sense a murder about to happen, they instantly project the crime scene footage onto a screen. At the same time, the killer's name is carved onto a bull. Of course, to make those predictions accurate, you still need a badass human to execute it. That guy is Tom, the executor of the precogs. He carefully studies every single frame of the visions, analyzes every detail, and always manages to locate the suspect. Every single time, he catches them before the crime happens. At work, Tom is super diligent, but deep inside he's shattered, because his son vanished 6 years ago and his wife Leah ditched him too. To stop other families from suffering the same nightmare, this workaholic has been in the pre-crime division for 6 years straight. But this so-called precog system was questioned by the Federal Investigation Unit. They argued, if a crime hasn't actually happened, yet you arrest someone in advance, is that person really a criminal? Facing this kind of challenge, Tom didn't waste time arguing. He just threw the ball straight out. Even though you stopped the ball from hitting the ground ahead of time, you still can't change the fact that it was going to fall. The stubborn investigator then went to the grand hall where the precogs were kept. In the water pool, they looked as if they were sleeping, made up of a pair of male twins and one female. Among them, Agatha was the main one in control. Although the investigator marveled at the greatness of this system, he also questioned whether there were flaws. He didn't want the system to be exploited by people with ulterior motives. After the investigator left, the sleeping Agatha suddenly rose and grabbed Tom, muttering weird phrases over and over. Tom turned and looked at the screen. It was just an old crime recording from long ago. Having solved countless cases, Tom still felt something was off. Just as he was about to ask, Agatha slipped back into the water. With doubts in his head, Tom went to the archive room. Among countless records, he found a case file from back then. But there was only the report from the twin brothers. Agatha's report had long been erased by someone on purpose. All these strange signs pushed Tom to decide to fully investigate this. Meanwhile, Agatha opened her eyes again, predicting a new imminent crime. When Tom returned from outside, he kept piecing together the images and deduced it was a shooting case in a high-rise building. But in the next second, he was completely stunned. The shooter in the vision was him. Yet he didn't even know who that person was. Taking advantage of no one noticing, he quickly left the lab like a fugitive, only to bump straight into that same investigator.